Hello everyone. I hope everything is great. So in part first of CSS selector, we discuss general selectors that we used in CSS like ID selector, class selector, global selector, group selector or universal selector, right? So these selectors are basically the individual selectors. Today we will discuss how we can select an HTML element by use of their relationships. Like if an element is the child of some element, or if they are some grandchildren of the elements, or they are the siblings. So based on this, we can how we can select the HTML element. Today we will discuss about this. So without wasting time, let's discuss. So what I did, I add the heading here. Other HTML is already created. So these selectors we call the combinators. So today we will learn the CSS combinator selector, and there are four type of combinators available in CSS. Those are descendant selector. This will be represented by the space. Second one is the child selector, and this will be represented by the angle bracket. Third one is the general sibling, or we can say only the sibling selector, and this will be represented by the tilde symbol. And last combinator is the adjacent sibling, and this will be represented by the plus symbol. Let me save this, go to browser, refresh, and you can see these four type of combinators available in CSS. Let's discuss one by one. First, I create the one div element. Inside that, I add one heading regarding the descendant selector. So, what are the descendant selector? So when you use the descendant selector, or you can say when we select the element using the space, then all the children's, their grandchildren's, all these elements are selected. I add one paragraph here. By use of this, you can select all the children and grandchildren. And I just want to bold this thing. Okay, so you can see this paragraph element is the children of this div element, right? And the span is the children of this paragraph element, and this span will be the grandchildren of this div element. So how we can select this? What I did, I add one class here, and give the class as the descendant. So how we can select this? For the class selector, we use the dot symbol, as you know, descendant. Here I misspelled this letter. It's descendant. Okay. I copy this class name here. Go to global CSS. So this div is selected. Now I give the space for descendant selector and write the paragraph tag. Okay. And change the color blue. Save this file, save the HTML file, go to browser, refresh. You can see the paragraph is completely changed with the color blue. And also by default span have the inherit property in the color, so it will take the color of paragraph. Now what I did, dot descendant space and select the span, color red. So now this span is also selected. You can see this span have the red color. So by use of this descendant selector, we can select the child, which is the paragraph, and also select the grandchildren of an element. Let's quickly discuss the child selector as well. What I did, I copied this paragraph right here, change the class from descendant to child, and also change the heading. And by use of this, you can select all the children and not the grandchildren. Save this, go to browser, refresh. Now let's add the same. I copy both of these things and change the descendant to child. And for children selector, we need to use the angle bracket instead of the space. Save this, go to here, refresh, and you can see the paragraph is selected, but still the span have the color blue. It this line will not work because child selector only select the children, not the grandchildren. What I did, I create the children of this with the span and simply write the term children. Now this span will be the children of this div with the class child. So this line will work now. So this new span will be in the red color. So I think now you can differentiate between the descendant selector and the child selector. Descendant selector basically select all the children, their grandchildrens, all those selected, and the child selector basically select only the children, not the grandchildren. Right. Let's quickly discuss the general sibling. What I did, I simply copied this whole paragraph and paste here, change the class to general, also change the heading. So by use of this, you can select all the general sibling, all the sibling, or we can say all the siblings we can select by this way. So what this mean, maybe sibling, okay, copy this line. This is my first sibling, this is my second, third, and fourth. I give the number to 1, 2, 3, and 4. And why I call these elements as the sibling? So basically, sibling elements are those have the same parent. As you can see, this paragraph element and these span element have the same parent as the div. This heading tag and paragraph span, all these elements have the same parent, so all these elements are the sibling. We can select all these by using the sibling selector, which will be represented by the tilde symbol. Let's did this thing. So what I did, I add the class here. Instead of adding the class on the div element, I remove it from here and paste it here. Save file. Now what I did, I select general sibling, then use the tilde symbol and all the paragraphs. Color blue. Go to browser, refresh, and you can see this H3's general sibling paragraph is selected. Now what I did, I group this CSS with general and general sibling with span. So all the spans are my general sibling or sibling. So all the siblings also have the blue color. Okay. Same behavior will be reflected in the adjacent sibling, but there is a small difference between this and the general sibling. Let's discuss that. So I just changed the H3, and in adjacent sibling we can only select the adjacent siblings. As the name suggests, we can only select the adjacent sibling. And what is the difference between the general sibling and the adjacent sibling? So if we talk about this H3 paragraph span, all these tags are the general sibling, but for H3 adjacent sibling will be only the paragraph. For H3, span tags are not the adjacent sibling. For paragraph, only this span will be the adjacent sibling. Other span are not the adjacent sibling. So let's try this in CSS. I go to here. Okay, I need to change this heading from general to adjacent. Browser, refresh. Okay. So now how can we use this? What I did, adjacent sibling, and use the plus symbol for adjacent sibling and select the paragraph. Color blue. Save this file, go to browser, refresh. You can see paragraph is selected as same as the general selector because this paragraph will be the adjacent selector. Okay. Now I use dot adjacent and span. Go to browser, refresh. You can see all the general sibling span tags are not reflected because we use the child selector and only these are the selected. If we use this adjacent inside that paragraph and then we use the adjacent sibling of this paragraph and select the span color blue. Save this, go to browser, refresh. Nothing will be happen. Okay, if I remove this class from here, okay. So now what is the meaning of this? Paragraphs adjacent sibling, which is the span, will be selected as the color blue, and paragraphs have only the single this adjacent sibling 2, 3, 4 will not be selected by use of this adjacent sibling. So I think you can now differentiate the general sibling and the adjacent sibling. There is a minor difference between these. General siblings select all the siblings, whereas adjacent siblings select only the adjacent element, not all the elements. So these are all the combinators available in CSS. By use of these combinators, you can select the HTML element that have some relationship between them. Okay, so for this video, that's all. And if you have any question, then comment on this video. I will definitely provide the answer on your comments, right? And if you like this video, then like it, share it, and as well as subscribe my channel. So be with me, together we learn the complete CSS. And for now, that's it. Bye bye.